Good morning, everyone. Ethan Stieber here with Stieber Weather Forecasting. Here's a long-range video where we'll focus primarily on the chance of maybe a little bit of severe weather this afternoon and this evening, and then look long-range for the upcoming work week to see kind of what we have in store. So what you see on the screen right now is the categorical severe weather risk for today. You can see all of the viewing area is in what we call a slight risk, with far eastern sections of the viewing area in a marginal risk. This is primarily going to be a wind and hail threat. I really think these storms are going to be weakening as they move east towards our area. You see the bigger threat is down centered around St. Louis. So I think the storms are going to lose some steam as they get to us, but there is the chance where we could see a little bit of damaging winds and maybe a little bit of hail in that. I think the tornado threat is very low with this system, and the flash flooding risk is also low. So let's time it out for you on future radar. You can see we're going to pick this up at noon today. Maybe some showers and thunderstorms starting to develop off around St. Louis. As we go further into the future, we're going to stop this now at, let's see, this is 4 p.m. You can see showers are really starting to get organized back out here to our west, with some pop-up thunderstorms maybe located around the St. Louis area. That's where the enhanced risk is. And I think that's where a little bit better chance of some of these damaging storms will be. If we keep going further along, you can see the line really starts to get organized with itself. This is now 7 p.m., I believe. And let's see, we got a nice elongated squall line rather. That will be moving in the area as we progress a little further. You can see this is now 10 p.m. The line of storms is moving through all of our counties, and it will be out of here. The main severe weather threat will be pushed off into Indiana by midnight tonight. And we'll just have some wraparound moisture left to deal with for the rest of the day on Sunday. I really don't think these storms are going to have near as much punch to them as some of the storms a couple weeks ago did. You can see this is the CAPE, or convective available potential energy. This is basically how much juice is in the atmosphere for the storms to work with. And you can see, if you look at the top number, this is centered around the Olney area. CAPE values are only around 440 joules per kilogram, and so I really think it's just not going to have near as much energy in the atmosphere to work with as these storms move through. So generally, I think the storms will be a little bit weaker. I don't think they're going to push severe limits too much. If there is any severe weather watches or warnings, I will keep you posted here on my Facebook page, and if a YouTube live stream is warranted, then watch for that later this evening. This is rainfall forecast for this weekend. With all the rain we're expecting, you can see generally half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch, I think is very possible. This is around the Charleston area. You can see we're at about 7/10 of an inch, maybe down around that US 50 corridor, maybe around 4/10 of an inch. So I think generally across the area, somewhere between 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of rain is looks pretty likely. So if we look further on into the 7-day, if we go into Futurecast, I don't think snow is really going to be a big issue. I think this model's overdoing it, at least with trying to push snow a little bit further south. I don't think that's going to be an issue for us. See if we go further along through Futurecast. Next chance of rain really gets into the area around Thursday afternoon and evening. You can see it there. This is Thursday evening, about 7 p.m. Another line of rain and thunderstorms will be moving through the area. We'll watch that as it gets closer. Rain moves out of the area with maybe some lingering showers for Friday, and into the weekend comes up with our next rain chance. So generally, like I said, We'll go back to the severe weather graphic. I don't think the severe weather threat today is going to be a really big one. Damaging winds and hail are the two primary threats. Again, I don't think it's going to be a big tornado risk, and I don't think there's going to be a big flash flooding risk. So just stay weather aware. Like I said, time frame, as you saw on the radar, looks to be somewhere between about 5 to 6 p.m. to maybe 10 to 11 o'clock, and those storms will be pushing through the area and be out. The severe weather threat will be over with by midnight. So let's look at your 7-day forecast. You can see here rain coming into the area this afternoon and this evening. High of 78 is what I'm forecasting. The lingering rain really dampens the temperatures tomorrow. Look at the temperature difference. Tomorrow I'm only forecasting 48 degrees for a daytime high. Beginning of the work week looks good. Temperatures start rebounding until Wednesday, where we get up into the lower 70s across the area. Rain comes back in for Thursday and Friday, and we'll knock the temperatures back down with that. So that is your 7-day forecast. Again, just keep an eye on the Facebook page for any severe weather that may come into our area this evening. And for Stieber Weather Forecasting, I am Ethan Stieber.